Good evening, everybody. Can everybody hear me? Hallo, hoe gaan het met julle? Is allemaal daar? Ek kan nie Afrikaans goed praat nie. You're so excitable people. God, there were people already talking when I got home at like 5 o'clock. Gordon, Devon, Linda, Gerrit, Rohan, Robin, and how is everybody tonight? I hope everybody is having a vape-tastic day. Yeah, it's been a long day for me. Hugo's been on leave. Hello, Mr. Fisher. How are you, sir? Hello, Kurt. Mr. Peter Smith. Yes, is oom Rob, oom Craig. Ek's nie oom Craig nie. Ek sommer Craig. Daar's oom Rob hierso. Jy kan oom Rob noem, nie ek nie. Ek is sommer Craig. Yeah, how's it, guys? Just before I start, and being the diplomatic person that I am, I'm going to be, I'm going to throw up a little bit of an image here for you to read. It is a disclaimer, okay? The only shop or thing that I own is Sir Vape and Steam Masters. Otherwise, I do not own any other company mentioned in this video. These are my own personal critical opinions based on my knowledge of good and bad designs from past experiences with the same type of product, unless it's a new product to market which is unique. It is my own personal opinion, and I wouldn't release any of these videos unless I wanted people to trust my opinions, and unless stated at any point in my videos, I will never include a biased opinion on a product. The reason why I'm putting that up is unfortunately I was taken to task on social media because how can I voice my opinion when I own a vape shop and I'm selling the same items? For those who know me, I call a spade a spade. For those who don't know me, get to know me, because you'll know that I do not favor anybody. I don't favor any company. I don't favor any product. If it's cuck, it's cuck. If it's good, it's good. If it's absolute shit, it's absolute shit. And yeah, so that's my little speech, my little disclaimer, so that you know, going forward, yeah, my list of things that I enjoy do change from time to time. My list was 10 to 15 deep, which included some of the items that were mentioned why I don't rate them. And I shortened my list because it was confusing a lot of people, because I do like most vaping items. But yeah, so I can either trust my opinions, don't trust my opinions. If you don't believe my opinion is correct, then tell me to my face, okay? But anyway, so all that shit's over. What have we got tonight? I've got some nice prizes. 2 new unreleased juices I'm giving away. They're going to be 2 prizes tonight. It'll be vape related questions. Cosmic Drops, for those who know Cosmic Drops, it's a range of juices that's been around for a while. Durban group. They've come up with a absolutely mind-blowing melon vape. You know, there's a lot of melon vapes out in the market, and when they brought it into the shop a month or so ago, I said to them, make it right now and start getting it ready for production, because it is really that good. And I'm not a massive melon fan, but this stuff is, yeah, I've done 200 mils I think of its stuff already. And absolutely divine juice. It's called Honey Melon. It's by Cosmic Drops. I think they're launching in 2 weeks time, so some lucky person's gonna win a 30 ml bottle of Honey Melon, along with a Merlin Mini RDTA, kindly donated by Ohms Raw and Org Vape. So that's going to be one prize for somebody. And then another juice that's also a Durban crowd. Hey, Durban's coming on the scene with the vape juice vapes. is a juice called from Buck Wild. It's his first juice that he's launched. It's called Birthday Cake, and it's just like a birthday cake. If you've ever had that strawberry and chocolate and vanilla box cakes that you used to get at, I think they call the Taste Neighborhood, or I think they call Taste, I don't know what the English word is, I only know it in the Afrikaans word, Taste Neighborhood. It tastes just like it. Also, that's my bottle, and that's my second bottle that I'm on in a week, and I'm already down like 20 mils into this bottle, and I've flattened another bottle. And along with that, I've got a Asmodus XL t-shirt. That's going to be another prize on a vape-related question. So we're going to get to that. As I said, the flavor profiles, birthday cake, and it's a good birthday cake. All the notes are good. I've tried it in my, I enjoyed it. I really enjoyed it in my Azeroth, I have to say. But that's I also had it in the Omni, but I found the flavors the real flavors popped out on the Azeroth. And the honey melon, I've vaped it in every one of my tanks, and I like it in every one of my tanks. So that's my SMM, my Azeroth, my Carlin, my Amit, and I've put it in 2 RDTAs. I put it in a Serpent 22, and I put it in the Alpine. Those are the ones that I've tried it, and it tastes the same in all of them. Absolutely really amazing juice. Yeah, so those are prizes to give away. Let me go just check some questions and have a vape. Where's my vape? I call a spade a spade. Yeah. Yeah, Mohammed, I've actually I did ask this question a while ago, and I think I asked it on the E6 SA forum. Mohammed says you must somebody said that you must stop vaping because it'll make him diabetic. I know somebody, and I can't remember who it was, said that they had seen some results come through from people with diabetes, and it had a minimal effect on the insulin levels. But yeah, I'm not a doctor, so I'd rather go and find out. Need the Hazeworks cap. My sound is gone. Is everybody got sound? I hope you have. Yeah, if you work in a vape shop, the answer is no. Yeah, because what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to give to the community, Robin. You know, it's, if you work in a vape shop, you have access to juices all the time. You have access to new gear. You know, you get to touchy feely play with stuff. It's really about the community. My channel is about giving back to the community and giving as much information as possible. So if you work in a vape shop, if I don't know, you know, we work in a vape shop, it's down to your own morals and ethics if you want to enter a competition. Home Industries, that's it, Uncle Rob. It tastes just like a Home Industries box cake. The vanilla core with the strawberry chocolate and the vanilla icing. Yeah, butter icing. It must be butter icing. Yeah, I did do some videos today, guys, and I will pop them up tomorrow. I've just been a little bit busy. I have done an insider video. I'm going to follow up on that video tomorrow. If you are a bit of a handyman, how to actually get more air through an insider. I did a modification on an insider, and I bored out the airflow to give it more air. And it's also a night and day difference in the amount of air on the insider. And I did do the wicking video for the insider and the exoset the way I do it, which I'll post tomorrow as soon as I get to the shop. Oh yeah, Rob's diabetic. Rob, but you type 2, you're not type 1, so you take tablets, so it wouldn't really affect you, I don't think. But yeah, Rob's a diabetic and he vapes like a, yeah, so yeah, I don't think yeah, Then something arrived in the shop as I was about to leave today, and I was excited, so I didn't post it in the video, but I'll show it to you guys anyway. It was my sample. I think the rest of them arrive later this week. Okay, but this arrived in the shop from Boxer. Or for those who don't know who this is Hugo Vapor, and they have released a new mod. Okay, it's called the Raider. Okay, you can see there. This is the box it comes in. I know we've got 2 colors coming. I don't know if there's more colors. There's a black and there's a red one. That's what it looks like. I've just started playing with it. Okay, it is 3D printed as far as I know. I'm just started playing with it, folks. I don't even have all the specifications and stuff on it. Okay, it is so light. It's mind-blowing how light this is. You know, it's got 2 batteries in. Yeah, don't worry, they have got skins on them. They've just got clear skins on them. Without the batteries in, you can't even feel the weight. It is like there's no weight to this whatsoever. Even with batteries in, it's half the weight of any other mod. You know, I've got another mod here. It's mind-blowing. It's absolutely mind-blowing. The buttons are lovely, lovely, lovely buttons. Nice and clicky. It's got evidently, well, let me run through what comes in the box. Ergonomically, remember it's called the Raider. It's really, really comfy in the hands. In the box, it also comes with a silicone sleeve, by the way. I took it off. I personally don't like silicone sleeves, and you can't see it properly there, but it's got Raider. There you go. I'll hold it in the light. You can see it's got that in the sleeve. It covers the entire mod, which is nice. It comes with a little USB, one of the nice USB cables that have got that like protective stitching around it, and then a user manual. Not much else comes in the box, but let me go. I think this one of these has got a spec sheet on it. The user manual. I'll just run through. So I've just actually started playing with this. Okay. It's made out of nylon. Okay, dimensions is 84 high by 42 by 40. The wattage range is from 1 watt to 211 watts. The voltage is from 0.5 to 8.4 volts. The output voltage is 0.5 to 8.4 volts. Input amp 30 amp max, output amp 40 amps. Resistance, it says it can read down to 0.06 ohm up to 3 ohms. That's not bad. And charging amp is maximum 2 amps, so it has got onboard charging. The screen, I don't know if that'll focus on it. It's got a nice little screen on it. Easy to get through the menu, 3 clicks on, and it does your nickel, so it's got temperature sensing, titanium, stainless steel 316L. It's got bypass mode, which for those people who like bypass mode. It has also got a memory slot. It's got a preheat function, so you can obviously ramp up your wattage. It's got a puff counter, which is nice. Probably the only thing I don't like about it, which you can't actually see it on here, but it doesn't show you a percentage of your battery. It tells you how many volts is left in your battery, if that makes any sense. So it currently says that my battery cell A is 3.75 volts and cell B is 3.76 volts. So I've got one is like 0.01 volts out compared to the other battery. It shows you your amps, it shows you your voltage, shows your ohmage. On here currently, I've got my Elite Armageddon, which is a 28.5 millimeter, and you can see there's absolutely no overhang, and it actually looks like there's another millimeter here, so you could, with a 30 mil, I think you're just going to hang over the edge on a 30 mil dripper. But what I've got here is I've got my Elite Armageddon. I've got a set of coil company personalized coils. They're not coils that are made available to the public, because I had them specially made for me for my Elite. I'm rocking this puppy at 150 watts. Oh, power, I would say it's not 150 watts. I would say that's more like about 135, 140 watts. It's going to hit very similar to a, I compare everything, all mods these days, I compare to my, for those who know me, to my V-God, my Minikin V-God. And this hits like an absolute beast. So I'm comparing it to this. I don't compare it to a DNA. I normally vape at like 60, 70 watts. But obviously these coils need quite a bit of power to run. So I would say it's comparing on a tank to tank, this is about 5 watts difference, 5 to 10 watts different on the V-God compared to that. So yeah, more than, sorry, the V-God, on my Minikin, on a normal V-God, it's going to be, this 150 is going to be more like 140. So it is slightly underpowered compared to a V-God 150. But nevertheless, it's really ergonomic in your hand. It is so light, you can barely feel it. So it's not one of those dual battery mods that's going to be a pocket dropper. What I mean by pocket dropper is when you put it in your pocket, your whole shirt pulls down. Lovely packaging, warranty card, the important notes that come in there from Hugo Vapor, and that's it's called the Radar. So that should be in shop in the next day or so. I always get a little pre-sample of something coming in. So far I'm giving it the thumbs up. I've still got to test it a little bit more, and as I said, I've only been playing with it for probably 35-40 minutes, and that's my take on it. As I said, so far pros are, it's really lightweight. It's got all your functionality that you want. It can take a big tank on the top, which is nice. The only thing that I'm a little bit disappointed at is it hits slightly lower than I would expect it to hit, and they don't have a battery percentage. It actually registers your battery voltage at the point, which some people that might be a little bit of a con, that it doesn't actually show you how much battery is left. You've got to actually physically look and say, well, my battery is now getting low, I need to charge it, although they say in the manual that it's got a battery cutoff. So I would just hope, I haven't got to a point to test it and to see if that works. But yeah, that's arriving in the shop. But yeah, let me just check what's going on here. Let me answer some questions quickly. Darren asks, Craig, how's the iJoy Captain mod? I was playing with one for a little bit. It's a nice chunky mod. I do like the fact that it's got 2700 batteries. So you can fire a hell of a lot lower with it, and it does fire down to 0.05 if I'm not mistaken. It feels nice and sturdy. It feels of quality. Just not, it's a little bit too boxy for me, for my personal use, and it is a heavy mod as well, also because those batteries are quite heavy. Got to do to my beard. My beard's turning grey. I'm getting it's having to deal with all you OCD vapors. That's why I'm so grey. I'm joking. It's my kids. My kids have caused me to go grey early. How's it, Dresden? How's the UK, my boy? Yeah, well, no, the Battle Star is a little bit more, the shape is more pronounced than this. You can see the shape there. Battle Star is more, it's more squared off. This has got a nice rounded edges. It's obviously got that 3D printed feel to it. It's got a roughish feel to it. You know, I like the fact that you can see your batteries there. It's got a little embossing on the back. I love the fact is that, and that's the beautiful thing about 3D, is that you can get all this writing built into your mod, which is absolutely amazing. It's got box underneath, and then obviously the company's name and everything. Ching ching. Julian, as I said, dude, I have not even had time to go and look at the specs on the website. I have just literally walked in the door, had a teleconference to America, put the dripper on, read the manual while I was looking at you. That's the only time I've had to play with it today. So I will get back to you. I will do a proper full review on it once I've got all the specifications. I've just read what I've got out of the magazine, but I will get back to you on that. Yeah, definitely the cuboid was a pocket dropper. I see, you actually cannot believe how light this is. It's hard to explain. It's really hard to explain. This is for those who have owned a, I'm trying to think of the mod it's probably a lava box. This weighs less than a lava box, and that's got 2 batteries in it. Weighs less than a lava box, and looking at it's a thick 3D print. You know, you can check there. It's a thick 3D printed. It's not like it's thin. You know, the contacts are very good quality contacts. You can see that. The design is absolutely fantastic. The way that they've designed this, magnets are strong on the back door. You know, you can feel that they clip in properly. So yeah, I think this thing's actually going to be a winner. Obviously I've got to do a little more testing. It's my first look at it, so I'm going to have to do a bit of testing. But overall, love the buttons as well. Very clicky buttons. Easy menu to navigate as well. Kashfia, yes, there has been a problem with some Predators. It is an easy fix though, to fix the 510. If you want to send it to the shop, I can have it fixed for you, not a problem. Rum and maple. Mohammed asks, Craig, are there any juices in store that taste like rum and maple? Ooh. Not off the top of my head, but if you're looking for a good juice, not Triple X, because obviously Triple X is an amazing juice as is, and people who know Rob got me onto vaping Triple X. I don't vape anywhere near as much Triple X as him, but if you're looking for a good juice that's also a menthol, then you must the new Wiener juice, Gerard's new juice is launching. Let me get a bottle of it. My last bottle. Come on. It's called Panama. That's the label. This is a pineapple, melony menthol. I'm not joking with this. I've already vaped 100, 200, 300, 320 mils. That's my last bottle. And I had 3 of these, plus I had some other small bottles that I've vaped, and I've flattened them already. That's all I've got in my B-box. I vaped that in my B-box the whole day. Hey Franco, my boy, how are you? Run. Everybody's allowed to make mistakes. Even us vape shops are allowed to make mistakes. You know, the problem is we get so many products that I don't always have time. It's going to sound really weird, but I don't always have time to test things properly. And us being the vape shop that we are the honorable people. We decided to call them all back because they were cuck, and we admitted that they were cuck. So from looking at this, and that's why I put this mod on it, to see if it hits hard. The build quality of this, as the Predator's build quality was brilliant, it's just the chip was lacking. I'm running this at 150 watts now. Which is way more than the average person's going to vape at. And it's probably, compared to a V-God, it's probably 5 to 10 watts underpowered. But yeah, and it's made by Hugo Vapor, which is a well-known company. Yeah. Nafis, there is a way to sort out that problem with the Minikin boost and the battery connections. You can just send it to the shop and I'll have a look at it and sort it out for you, my boy. There's only one good coffee juice, which is a proper plain coffee, and that's frappe. If you're looking for a coffee cake, there's Paulie's Coffee Cake. That's also a good one. Yet to find any other coffee vape that tastes any good besides frappe. And yes, frappe is one of my juices. That's a proper dark bean espresso frappe, which is a milkshake coffee. That's the only one that, if you're wanting, that I know of that is a good coffee one by itself. Justin, it hasn't actually been released yet. Panama, I think, it's only been released in a week or so's time. Our order is in. Gerard was in the shop a couple of weeks ago, and he said, "Oh, just try my new juice." And when I say I flattened 30 mils in one day, that night I messaged him and I said, "Listen, you know, you're sending me those other juices, just throw some more Panama in, please, because the other 2 bottles are going to be gone in the next 2 days." And he sent me 3 of these, and this is my last one, and it was like a week or so ago. It's, yeah, no, not taking anything away from Triple X. Triple X is still an amazing juice. And no, I have not sorted out my camera yet, people, so don't start moaning at me for that as well. You know, I'm only a human being. I have limited hours in the day. Triple X, an amazing juice, don't get me wrong. I love menthol, and that's because of Rob. I never thought I would really ever enjoy menthol juice until I tasted Triple X. So now I do play around with other menthols. And this stuff, for me, like Triple X is for Rob, this is my go-to menthol juice. Yeah, it's mind-blowingly good. I wish I could steal the recipe from him, because it's really good, really good. Oh yeah, Mark is right. Mark, Signature One is also a great coffee. Sorry, I forgot about Signature One. Signature One is also a coffee juice, not as strong as frappe. It's more subtle, you know, cappuccino-y type coffee. Also really good. We will be stocking Signature One. We just don't currently, in our existing shop, we don't have enough shelf space for any more juices. But when we move into the new shop, we will be stocking Signature One, because we do get a lot of call for coffee, and currently we've only got the frappe, but we will get Signature One in. It does fit the Elite, Franco, and it fits it perfectly. It's the Raider by Hugo Vapor Boxer. Mohammed asked the question, Craig, I'm curious, is Fog's Famous Sauce going to be discontinued? No, Mohammed. Like any business, you've got to go through some restructuring and whatever. Fog's was our initial range of juices, that was my first range of juices that I ever did. And what we decided to do with the Fog's Famous Sauce brand is actually just revitalize it. So what we've done is we've taken some juices out and we've added some juices in. I can't tell you what juices we've added into it just yet, because we haven't launched it. It should launch in the next month. We have, however, kept the 2 most popular ones out of them, which is Milky Way and First Flight, which is the Madagascan smoked custard, and then Milky Way was the first Fruit Loops South African Fruit Loops, as far as I know, which we have sold tens of thousands of bottles of that juice. But we're adding 4 more flavors to it. But for those of you that did like the strawberry shortcake, which was the Grand Escape, the peanut butter and jam, the baked pear cinnamon cookie, and the Deli Express, which was the Cinnabon, they will be available in concentrate form. So you can actually buy the concentrates in pre-mixed already. You add it to your own PG and VG, and you make up your own. So it's going to be a lot cheaper if you did enjoy those 4 juices. And that's what we're going to do with all our ranges, is we're going to bring it out in concentrate form. So if you do like it, you can buy it. It's already pre-mixed, and it'll be a lot cheaper for you. Yeah, Justin, Triple X, don't get me wrong. I haven't vaped anywhere near as much as Rob has vaped on Triple X. I like the Triple X with the horrible stuff in it, which is now evidently available. Okay, with diacetyl and that in it. But I thought, let me try another menthol, and Panama blew me away. Yeah, Julian, I'll get you what chips in. As I promise you, I've just started playing with it. I'm loving it though. So, but yeah, we'll see. Coffee juice that tastes like a double espresso. If you're wanting a coffee juice that tastes like a double espresso, then frappe is the juice for you, because it's a dark bean espresso in a frappe. Yeah, it's called in a milkshake form. So yeah, if you're liking that really strong coffee, then frappe is the juice for you. Alicia, a stuck tank, what is it stuck to, my girl? Let me know what it's stuck to. Progressive Life, I actually don't know where you can get the GX224 in South Africa. I don't know who stocks them at all, sorry. No, you saw Rogue is such a popular juice. Just a little bit of history of that. That juice took me 18 months to get right. I did mention in one of my last feeds, Rogue. We only release that once every 3 months. And that juice, it flies off the shelves so fast. I would never put that in concentrate form, unfortunately. Sorry to say. Cheers, Scarlett. Yeah, well, Kurt, you are an addict. Mark, I don't know who stocks frappe. If you phone me or message me tomorrow, I could find out who stocks it in Joburg. I think Lung Candy used to stock it. I think they might still stock it. I don't know. I can get a list of who gets it, who has a stock of it. Yeah. I think, should we give away a prize early today? Give a prize away early today. Those who have been listening, I'm giving away, what I'll do is I'll give away the shirt. I'll give away the shirt and the new juice, which will be launching soon, Buck Wild. It's called Birthday Cake. Let's think of a vaping related question. Yeah, this is when my brain doesn't work properly. What vaping related question can I ask? prize time. Yeah, I'm just trying to think of a bloody vaping related question that's not too hard for anybody and everybody's got a chance to win it. Yo, it's amazing how you go blank when you're trying to think of a freaking question. Holy crap, I can't think of a question. I can't think of a question. Help me with a question. I need a question. I need a question. I need a question. Okay, here's a quick question. Okay, those who've been watching, what's the name of the company that makes this mod? Tell me the name of the company that makes this mod. Everybody, the first person who answers this, I want to know who makes this mod. And the winner is Mr. Dreshen Naidu. You can all stop now. I'm copying and pasting. Rob Fisher said Hugo, and the next person to answer the question correctly is Dreshen Naidu, Hugo Vapor. Dreshen, shirt and juice is yours. But I know you live in the UK, so you need to tell me who I'm going to send it to and who's going to get it to you, because you know that I will give you the prizes, because you're my only international person that are allowed to win a prize. So I'm going to have to send it to somebody in South Africa who's going to get it to you. So you need to let me know who that person is. But well done anyway, Dreshen. And he won from the UK. So yeah, you guys better pull your finger for the next one. Well done, Dreshen. Who's got some questions for me, guys? Cheers, Brom. Not a problem, Dreshen. Just tell me, message me who I must send it to here. Some feedback. Let me give you some feedback. Okay, something I wanted to give you some feedback on. Oh yes, that was one. The Azeroth from Coil Art. If I remember correctly, at first I tried the velocity deck, and I wasn't impressed with the velocity deck. I then put the tri deck in it, and obviously that's the one that I was punting, that you must use the tri deck. However, the other day, and the reason why I did that is I actually stripped one of the grub screws, and I couldn't find my box, but I found the bloody velocity head, but I couldn't find the screws. So I put the velocity head in, and then I took a set of aliens from Boom Coils, which is also a Durban coil maker, and I put a set of his coils, and they were 2.5mm ID, sorry, I lied, 3mm ID aliens, and yeah, the tank changed. In the old one, with the old velocity, I just put my straightforward flavor coils in there, which I use, which everybody knows. It's the 3.5mm 7 wrap flat wire, and I wasn't impressed with the velocity deck. But with these aliens in, the flavor came out. Still not quite as good as the triple deck. It uses less juice, first of all, but the flavor was marked improvement on the velocity style deck compared to when I originally tried it. So that's just a little bit of feedback on that. That's the one thing. And there was feedback on another thing that I wanted to give. Now, for the life of me, I can't think of it. Yes, there were a couple of guys who were having a problem with the Druga, okay, that they weren't able to tighten the coils down. It was kept on slipping. On the Druga, and I found a fix to it, but you've got to be very, very careful when you do it, okay. Is if you unscrew on the Druga, if you unscrew those caps totally off, and so you've got the post. Well, let me get my whiteboard. Let me put a whiteboard up here so that you can actually just see it quickly. Just hold on. Where is my whiteboard gone? Where is my whiteboard gone? Oh, don't tell me that took my whiteboard. Oh, wait, there's my whiteboard. If you remember the post, okay, that's what the post looks like. I'm just drawing on my screen, okay. Or it actually looks like this. Sorry, I'm drawing funny. And then you've got your threads that go down the side here, like that. If you unscrew that and you take that cap off, right off the top, you'll be left, let me just clear this quickly. You'll be left with the post that looks like this, okay. What you do is you just take a flat screwdriver and you put the flat screwdriver in the middle here, and you just twist it. What it does is it actually will push this post out slightly, and it'll push that post out slightly, but don't do too much. What that does is obviously it will widen the legs again, and then when you screw it down, it's going to screw down properly. It's not going to slip the threading. So, but you must just be very careful not to twist it too much, guys. So that was just a little fix for the Druga, because I had a couple of guys having problems with that. So that was the other thing that I wanted to get back to you on. What was the other thing I wanted to get back to you on? Yes, also the one I will be doing a little tutorial on it. There's been one or two issues with juice getting behind the switch on a Predator. Just remember, people, that, and I say this as a vendor, okay, is that liquid in a mod voids any warranty. But if you've got a Predator and you are getting auto firing problems, or you are getting your mod switches off, it's because juice has gotten into your fire button. There is a fix for it, and a permanent fix for it, but I'll do the video on how to do that. If your mod is out of warranty, you're going to have to do it yourself. If your mod's in warranty, and whoever you bought it from, if you bought it from us, you can send it to us. We'll sort it out. But if you bought it from somebody else, if they need the video on how to fix it, please ask them to get hold of me, and I'll send them the video. More juice, hold on. I had my coffee already, but Kasvia asks, is it possible to change the screen on an alien mod? It's not worth it, but seriously, the screen, you're going to pay $35 before you've even landed the stuff here. It's cheaper just to buy a new mod, or to find something that's gone wrong with finding somebody who's got an alien where something else has gone wrong and the screen is still working, and you can swap the screens out. Justin asked, any idea when the Geek Vape Aegis mod lands on our shores? I know that we have ordered. When they're arriving, I can't tell you, but why is VCT your favorite juice? Yeah, it's everybody's got that one thing that they absolutely love, you know what I mean? VCT we came across by sheer coincidence. You know, it's, I don't know, it's not everybody's cup of tea. You know, it's a vanilla caramel tobacco. For me, yeah, I've given everybody that whole speech. It's just such a good juice. You know, for those people who like that vanilla-y, the caramel-y, the tobacco-y, who have tried VCT, yeah, it's just that damn good. Yeah, I see Kurt says yeah, because it's just that damn good. Yeah, Dreschen is probably the only international person that I will allow to win a prize, purely because he's a loyal follower. Although he lives in the United Kingdom, he's got family here. He buys stuff from us and they take it over to him, and he's just an all-round lacquer guy. So that's why I don't mind him winning, because he's a he's a loyalist, and he keeps me up to date what's happening in the UK. I don't know how to fucking pronounce that properly. Sorry if I mispronounce your name. It's just chart. I think I'm pronouncing that right. What the coil that I'm currently running in my SMM is a coil company staged coil. It's one of these. It's a big ass coil, 3.5 millimeter. But any alien will work nicely in there. Any staged will work in there. You can even put normal flat wire there, 3.5 millimeter, 9-10 reps. Hey, it thing kicks like a beast. Now, Feast the Druga's got good flavor, but it produces a shitload of vapor, hell of a lot of vapor. Shiraz, you're a bit slow, dude. Progressive, we without I'm going to be so careful how I word things these days, is because for whatever reason, whatever I say come out my mouth, people take the wrong way. We tend to, vape tends to get stuff before everybody else, just because we have a little hobbit who sits in his cave on the Shire 24 hours a day dealing with Chinese people, and so we would more than likely get stuff, probably 70% of the stuff that's being made in the world, around the world, before anybody else in South Africa. Or Kurt said there that he just launches on the 25th. It launches worldwide, so shops will have it by then. Yeah. What's my dog's favorite juice? Simba, my little puppy, the beige one, tends to come sniffing when I'm vaping on Yo Mama, which is a fruit juice. And Vader loves my BCT. He'll always sit on my lap when I'm vaping BCT. Robin asks, how do you rate Good Boy Oak Aged? It's an absolutely amazing juice. The only thing that I find, and it's my personal opinion, is that in the oak age it becomes a little bit too rich for me, if that makes any sense. It's a lovely juice as normal Good Boy. I vape Good Boy on a regular basis, but for some reason, when it's gone through been brewed in the barrels, it becomes a little bit richer, and I don't like it anymore. I don't like it as much as I like the normal Good Boy, if that makes any sense to you. Okay, Alicia, you ask, how can I loosen a tank that's stuck and won't open on an iJust S? Put it in the freezer overnight. Okay. What will happen is, in the freezer, the metal will contract. You do stand a chance of cracking your glass. Okay, so just be aware that you might crack your glass. We do stock the iJust S glasses, but the freezer, what will it do? It will contract the metal. You're going to have to leave it at least for 24 hours. It will contract the metal, and then it'll give you more play to open it up. Just be careful when you do touch the metal. The metal will be really, really, really cold, so you don't get a finger burn or something like that. But that's your easiest way to, if a tank is really stuck. Yeah, that's another way, Robin. If you got leather strips or balloon, that does also work. But if it's really, really, really stuck, the freezer I find works the best. Warner, T-vapes, a lot longer than 5 minutes, my boy. It takes at least 10 to 12 hours in the freezer for it to even have shrunk a little bit. Troy, yeah, I doubt we would get that double barrel V2. It's a bit gimmicky, eh? Yeah, I doubt it, I would. Tristan, never heard of Badger juice? Maybe PM me a picture of it. Yeah. Yeah, my hobbit. My little hobbit's having a break. He's in the Shire at the moment on a small little holiday because he was about to hit meltdown. And when the hobbit's vein starts popping on his neck here, you know it's time for him to go to the Shire. So he's been in the Shire since Sunday. He should be back at work on Friday. Yeah, Progressive, I have, maybe there's new viewers that haven't heard the story, but, you know, it is, for us, it is a feel-good story, you know. Both myself and Hugo used to sell vape gear out the boots of our cars, and we both had our own little vape businesses 5 6 years ago, and I used to buy mods from Hugo, and Hugo used to buy juice from me because I was the juice and starter kits, and he used to have the mechanical mods and the other mods which he used to import. And one day he was buying juice from me, and he said, "Come, let's go and have a cup of coffee and let's talk business." You know, I come from a financial planning background. I was in financial planning for 20 odd years. Hugo had a printing business. You know, they used to do weddings and stuff like that. And the rest is history. You know, we started off online, and I think it's the reason, without sounding big-headed, the reason why we've become successful is we work well as a team. You know, where he falls down, I'll pick him up, and vice versa. And we trust each other emphatically. We both get on, you know, we best of mates. You know, there's probably only one other person that's been watching tonight that I know will bury a body with me, and that's Franco. That's Dastrix. He's a true friend. And because we are friends and because we trust each other emphatically, that's why our business is a success, and we've built our business on a good ethos, you know, about customers must be treated fairly, you know, you give a good product at a good price, and it's not about the money at the end of the day. It's about the experience of vaping. It's the pleasure of vaping. It's the friends that you've made through vaping. It's the whole experience. That's what makes us successful. But yeah, that's our feel-good story, you know, and hopefully this goes on for until I'm old, really grey, with a beard that's that long, plaited Viking, and I'm sitting here in front of you in 20 years time telling you about the Smok 754 coil tank. Yeah, but that's our story. Yeah, there's no problem with vaping around kids. There's no problem with vaping around dogs. You know, I'm going to trust the British Institute. I'm not going to trust some American footballers only after the money. I always used to wonder what the petrol attendants used to, because there was like 5 or 6 petrol stations that I used to stop at, and I said, okay, I'm at Hillcrest engine. If you need anything, be here in 20 minutes. And the guys used to line up behind the car, and okay, I'll let you order it. And I was always wondered what the petrol attendants thought I was doing, flogging this juice out of the back of the car. Surprised I never called the cops on me. Yeah, let me just check the messages here, just in case it's somebody that it needs to get hold of me urgently. Yeah, I'll do that, Kurt. Just not tonight, dude. Just not tonight. Great, I don't have water. Dreshen, we have got the Vupu's drag coming in, but the V2, There were a couple of concerns that I had on the original one, which why we didn't get them. But then Hugo heard through the grapevine that they had made changes to them, and we're getting them. Hugo probably have a forklift. How's it, ET? Yeah, I probably, and please don't take offense, you're all acquaintances, you're friends of mine, okay, that I've made through vaping, but there's probably 5 people that I know that'll bury a body with me, and Hugo would be one of them, and then Dastrix, which is 550, Dastrix 550, which is a mate of mine, Franco. If I said, listen, I've killed a guy who, I'm getting into politics here. I've killed somebody, can you come help me bury a body? And they would say, okay, where must we meet? They're the only guys that I know do that. Chart, when I got flu, I vape a hell of a lot of menthol. And I have to say, it does work. It really does work. It does help with the flu. Also the throat, especially if you've got that itchy throat. Menthol, for me, seems to help. Sagrin, I think I've been stopped at least 8 or 9 times by Metro Police on why you blowing all the smoke out the window, and then they look at the mod and they, oh shit, okay, it's one of those things, and they let me go. Yeah, flu and menthol. No, I gotta have that, flu and menthol. Who's got some questions for me? Come, vaping related questions. Come guys. Yes, I can't do all the fucking talking here. Well, I have to do all the talking. I'm the one talking here, but yeah, ask me some questions. It's sometimes hard for me to think of stuff to say. Okay, this is the juice that someone asked about earlier on. Just while I'm opening a picture here just to check. Yo, my internet's cock. Am I dropping? No, I'm not dropping. Yes, this photo's taking forever to come through. Yeah, T-vapes. The older generation don't quite understand that, Whoever asked about the Badger juice, sorry, I don't have your, I can't see your name here. Or I don't have you saved to my phone, but I've never seen that juice before, Is it a local juice? If you know the people who make it, tell them to send me a sample. Might be worthwhile stocking in the shop. The quality of the bottle looks really nice. Rob asked, when you're getting some more XXXL shirts. Hugo has done a whole new range. They are at the printers being printed, and then we'll have. But I will keep one aside for you. Etienne, you work in my vape shop, dude. You should know how to wick an Azeroth. If not, we will talk tomorrow. Martin asks, Craig Ammett versus SMM. Two different tanks. SMM is more of a subtle, although you can ramp that SMM up really to produce a lot of vapor. They're two separate tanks. If you're looking at the Ammett, the 25, the dual coil, that I would say is very similar to the SMM. And I would still hover on the SMM side. If you're looking at the Ammett dual coil, it's going to give you more vapor than a SMM, very similar in flavor. But the SMM's got some really good flavor. Sagrin, they don't sell them individually. They don't sell the doors individually, unfortunately. Yeah, get some, don't necessarily have to start off on coil company coils because they are expensive. They're really good quality. Get some boom coils, get some aliens or, something like that, throw that in there. Kurt, I sit in the same boat as you, my way. I'm a 5XL shirt, you know what I mean? I'm sitting in the same boat. I told Hugo, I'm running out of shirts. Opinion on getting banned from bars for vaping indoors, even though cigs are allowed. Yeah, that's a contradiction in terms, because if they allow cigarettes, they should allow vaping in a bar. I would tell the owner to off. Etienne, I must go through my file. Okay, there was something about that VUPA that I heard on. You must remember, not getting a device to review. Although we have been added to the reviewer list for a couple of companies now, Smok, Org Vape, Watofo. I think these guys also, Hugo Vape, have added us to the review list. I had to rely on another reviewer on what he said, and he wasn't happy with something. It was the timing delay or something when you hit the button, and there was a real delay on the applying power. I think that was it. I have to go look at my file regarding that, but evidently on the new one there's no delay. Yeah, Franco, thank you. At ET, you should be doing wicking tutorials, dude. I've got enough on my plate. Callum, different art to ask, what RTA would you recommend? Again, I'm going to throw this little disclaimer up on the board here. Please look at my disclaimer. Okay, I cannot give you an opinion on something that I've never tried. Okay, although I own a vape shop, we don't get in every single solitary item, so my opinions are based on what I've got in my shop and what I use myself. So just putting that out there. I use a stock set of coils on every single solitary RTA that I get. So it's just so that you know that up front. I use 24 gauge, nichrome, flat wire, 3.5mm ID, 7 wraps. So that's my stock coil that I test every tank with, and that's the tank that I will that's the same coils that I will use in every new RTA, every new RDTA that we get, any RDA that we get. I use the same coils because I use that as a reference point. What I've found is that some tanks suit specific flavor profiles better than others. My current 3 go-to tanks, okay, and this is my opinion, is the following. If you like bakery notes or savory notes, then you must go with the Azeroth RTA. If you are a fruity, prefer your fruity type vapes, then you go with the Carlin or the Amit. Okay, I prefer the Carlin over the Amit, just because for me the Amit's slightly noisy because of the way the airflow structures. If you don't want huge amounts of vapor but you want lots of flavor, okay, fruits, candies, menthols, you go with the Omni. Okay, those are the 3 tanks that I use. So the Azeroth for bakery notes, the Carlin or the Amit for fruits, and then the Omni for fruits, candies or menthols. Those are the 3 that I go for. Progressive asks, what is the general wattage you vape at most likely? It really varies, but you know, I test so many different tanks, RDAs or whatever. The average is probably about 50 to 55 watts. Although, like on this here, I'm vaping at 150 watts, and that's purely because I've got a set of coils in here that are running at 0.07 ohms. You know, so I need a lot of power to run them. But my average is probably 50 watts, 50 to 55 watts. Franco, in a heartbeat, I'll bury a body with you, my boy. What am I vaping on now? I've got Buck Wild's birthday cake. I'm vaping in that. Okay, on my Elite, on the new Raider from Hugo Vapor. In the B box, I've got Panama. And then in my Squonker, I've got VCT. That's what I'm busy vaping on at the moment. I'm only running 3 mods today because I left 2 in the shop. Yeah, that's what I'm vaping on today. Yeah, they must have fixed that hydration, because that was one of the things that I'm sure that was one of the things that was wrong with it. But yeah, hey, you know, you can't always trust what you hear from a review until you've tried it yourself. You know, unfortunately, in South Africa, we've got to rely, because we don't, you know, we don't have a. Hopefully now that people are starting to become aware of our channel, I'm going to be getting things just for those people who have never watched the channel before, maybe, or aren't aware. One of the reasons that I started this channel was to give information back to you, to give you as much information to make an informed decision on my opinion on things, okay? But it was also to be able to give back to the community. That's my biggest thing. Is I like, at Survape, we're always about giving. We want to give back to the community. So I've reached out to all the different vape producers, vape gear producers, and juice companies in South Africa, and I said, listen, no, you don't have to, but if you want to give away stuff, give it to us. I can give it away to a customer. Anything that we get from any international supplier, I will not keep a thing for myself. I will give it all back to the community, and we're surprises. You know, we've given away serpents, we've Vaporous RDA, we've given away SMM, we've given away juice, we've given away a T-proof from Smock. I've got another SMM to give away, I've got another Vaporous to give away, I've got some juice to give away, t-shirts, caps, whatever. It's all about you guys. I want to make it as much interactive as possible. I can spend hours online talking to you guys, giving you information, but I also want to give some prizes away. So yeah, that's it. Chart, the GoVAD should be here by Friday, but I'm almost finished. I've got one more sitting left on this tattoo. I just have not had the time, and with Hugo being away on a little bit of a short break, I was going to go this week, but my tattoo artist couldn't fit me, so I think my tattoo guy's coming to the shop to do it for me in the shop. Etienne asks, Craig, in a tank for tobacco. I like my tobacco vapes on a dripper. That's the way I like my tobacco vapes. I've never quite enjoyed any tobacco. It includes VCT. VCT in high nicotine content. It's going to sound really like, because I'm a real sober vapor, but VCT with a high nicotine content, I love in something like an Aspire, you know, Nautilus, you know, old school vaping, you know what I mean? And that's why with my VCT or my Rogue or Good Boy, I only vape it in a small chambered RDA. Currently, I'm busy using the Serpent bottom fed. I did try it on the Hadley. I didn't enjoy the Hadley at all. A lot of people raved about it. It was okay. Serpent, in my opinion, is better. I like it on the Pulse as well. But my Serpent BF is for my tobaccos. That's what I use. That's what I've got on here. Ati, we might get some of those new colored inboxes. Yes, we've got so many of them at the moment. You know, we've got like 5 different varieties at the moment. We might just look at also getting the panels for those. Anytime, Callum, not a problem. Cool, Progressive. Cheers, Chart. Yeah, Tristan. Yeah. If it's an international juice, we can maybe try and see if we can get it. I can maybe get hold of them and see if they can send us a sample or two. With international juices these days, it's a hit and a miss. Unless you know that juice backwards, it's not really worthwhile bringing it in. Okay, Rob, you're not allowed to answer this question. Okay, I'm going to give away now. Okay, you need to be everybody ready. Everybody ready. What I'm giving away now, kindly sponsored by Ohms Raw and Org Vape. It's a Merlin Mini RTA. Okay, I don't know what color this is. I don't know what color it is. Can't see the color swatch. Okay, and I'm giving away a 30ml bottle of honey. Yes, it is honey. Yeah, honey melon. Okay, to a prize. Okay, Rob, you can't win it because you know the answer straight away. Okay. And you're not allowed to win it, Rob, so don't even write. Okay, everybody ready? Fuck off, Franco. Ah, no, dude. No, you just fucking spoilt it. You just spoilt it. Why did you do that? Okay, now I've got to come up with another bloody question. See this Franco, my mate, who bury a body with me and he goes and gives the fucking answer straight away. That's not lacquer. That's not lacquer. That's a bummer. That's a bummer. Let me think of another question quickly. Another question quickly. I'm not dropping any frames, so if you're having connection issues, it could be on your side, but not on my side. Let's think of a new question quickly, because seeing as one of my best mates fucking gave the question away, I'm gonna have to mud him. Okay. Let's think of another question. Let's think of another question quickly. Okay, everybody ready? Now it's not 26th of August. I was going to ask that. You thought I was going to say, hey, when is VapeCon? Yeah. Also, don't forget, guys, we are going to VapeCon. So come and say how's it to me. Okay, the next question that I'm going to ask, okay, and in the Fog's Famous sauce, what is the #1 selling juice in the Fog's Famous sauce I mentioned earlier on? In the Fog's Famous sauce range, what is the #1 selling juice in the Fog's Famous sauce range? Give me the answer. Rob Fisher, you were allowed to win that one. So the answers came as the following. That's the way I got the answers. Rob Fisher, he said Milky Way the first. So Rob, I'll send it out to you tomorrow. A Merlin Mini RTA and Honey Melon. That I know you'll vape. This you might want to piff to somebody else, but I'll send it out to you tomorrow. Frappe. Frappe is from Milk Lab, guys. Milky Way is the right answer, guys. It is a Fruit Loops. Yeah. Yeah, Rob will more than likely piff it, so just watch Rob's channel, because Rob will do this. I'll give it to him and then he'll pass it on his channel. Yeah, Frank, I think next time you're in the shop and Rob's in the shop, you need to go and give him a big bear hug. Okay, guys, I'll give you some feedback on the Raider when I find out what chips in here and all that type of jazz, and some more specs on it. So far I'm happy, I'm enjoying it. Like the fact that it takes a nice, it's fitting a 28.5mm dripper at the moment, so it's going to hold those big tanks on. Just remember that I am getting a fairly biggish prize put together for at the end of the month. I will release what it's going to be. But yeah, thank you very much for watching, guys. If you've got any more questions, I'm going to give you another 5 minutes. Otherwise, I'm going to call it quits, guys. Cameron asks, have you had any issues with the Azeroth RTA? I personally haven't. I did strip one grub screw. I won't lie to you. I stripped a grub screw. And I think ET has stripped a grub screw as well. But other apart from that, I've had no leaking issues. I've had no other problems with it whatsoever. Night, Etienne. It's in my hand. Whoever's asking on the printed squonker, it's in my hand. Can't show any more than that. Night, Rob. Any vaping related questions? Night, Kurt. This is Tristan, you're way behind, bro. Low ohms. Chris, I have had one issue with a alien that at low ohms messaging, and there's actually juice that's stuck in under your 510 pin. That's what's causing the problem. If you can go and blow it out with a bit of high pressure from one, like at the garage, they've got the pressure type. Don't push it right on, from a distance away, blow air onto it, and it should clear the problem. Night, Rowan. Night, Dresden. Just PM me and let me know who I'm going to send your prizes to. No way to check your ohms without an ohm reader or your mod. Callum, every vendor will have specials on. Most times they release the specials and a day or two beforehand that you'll know, so you can go to that specific vendor if there's a special that you're looking for. But yeah, most vendors have specials on, and you can buy, and there are lots of really good specials on at VapeCon. Eh? Yeah, Cameron, maybe stop using those coils and just use a straightforward coils. Good. Julian, I can't say I've ever seen that device. Yeah, there's so many devices being released, and to be honest with you, I'm not the one who. I'm just busy googling that there now quickly to see what it is, in case I've seen a photograph of it. Yeah, I can't. It's bringing up therons and stuff like that. You know, Julian, send me a photograph of it. Maybe I might have seen it. Might be on the list of things to get. I don't know. Not a problem, Nafis. Okay, guys, I think I'm going to call it quits. Thank you very much for watching again. Much appreciated. Spread the word, spread the love. Keep vaping. And see you guys next week. Or I might do a video. I'll upload those videos, I promise, tomorrow on the building. And if I've got anything new, I'll do another video. Cheers, guys.